Sometimes they like to have that last shake of the apple tree before they then do the real move. And you see that, and if you've seen it 100 times, that's part of why it takes so long to really feel confident about trading, is just because we've seen it and learned the hard way 1,000,000 times. But then you can act with so much more confidence when you do see it. So that's my definition of intuition.
February 18th, 2026. Welcome back. We're going to go over the trades I took today. The first trade that we took today was in Palantir. But before we go over that, we're going to look at what's going on with regards to the daily momentum in the NASDAQ. And the daily momentum had a very, very telling day today. We had a huge up day, huge buying day, as you can see from this candle here. That's today. And you'll notice that the MACD, which tells us the momentum, is now noticeably accelerating, and we're breaking this variance level. We're breaking this MACD variance level. If we break past this MACD histogram bar right here, which we almost did today, that will be a telling sign that there is more upside in the near future, the next 2 or 3 trading days. The momentum is building. But before today happened, we didn't know this was going to happen. We can't tell the future. All we had was the previous days to rely on just to see what is going on with the momentum. We had a sell-off. A tipping point occurred. We had buying continuation on lowering volume. We're losing selling momentum. The selling momentum is getting weaker, but we're losing volume, which tells me that the move is not over, and this is just it breathing, and it's going to be another move. And then what happened? We got the other move. We got another sell-off. The selling momentum came back on increasing volume. Very important. And then, as it's now reversing, finally making its way up to the positive side, we're losing volume now. 2 market days. So this is we're still typically considered in a wedge in sorts. We're in a consolidation zone. This is not over by any means. So we're going to see how this unfolds. Let's go into today, talk about the trades I took. The first one was in Palantir. We're going to go over that one first. Right here as the market was getting started for the day, we have our 5-minute MACD right here, going strong in the up direction. The 5-minute twin, the extended hours, also pulling to the up direction, so they're aligned, and that's what we need. We need alignment between the 5-minute MACD momentum data sets. Extended hours, 5-minute. Non-extended, this is just regular market hours, New York Stock Exchange, 5-minute. When these two become aligned, when they start showing the same thing, the same direction, the same momentum, we have an increase in probability. Right here at this trade, when I hopped in this trade, the reason I did was because our 30-minute was unbroken to the upside. We are pulling up. We've got strong strength. We're going up. That's what matters. This is the 15-minute right here. I only use the 15-minute once the 30-minute has started to show weakness in the momentum. That's when I go to the 15-minute for more clarity. Either way, right here on this candle, what do I see? A volume confluence on the right side of the momentum, aligned with the 5, aligned with the 30. That's exactly what we want. I entered right here. Stop loss slightly below that candle. First profit target was right here. And it kept running, and we got more profits. It was a good win on the day. Next trade was in Tesla, and it was a loss. And I took it towards the middle of the day, which is not good. I like to trade the first 2 hours and the last hour. I don't really like to trade the middle, so this is kind of encroaching on the middle here. I thought this was going up. So I placed my bet. Why did I think that? The MACD on the 3-minute is going up. We're going up. We've got a volume confluence right here. The higher time frames started showing strength. We had a reversal to the upside right here. The other 5-minute data set, we had a pop up right here. We're going down, 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 boom, we pop up. The 15-minute and the 30-minute were all going up. So this is why I took the trade, and I would take this trade again 100 times. The next candle came back, hit the stop loss, and we were out of the trade. And that was a loss. And then another opportunity came a little bit later that I didn't take, and that's all right. The next trade of the day was in NASDAQ. And I took this trade here for the same reason. We had a huge volume, we had a volume confluence, volume bar on the right side of the momentum. And then our MACD was going up. We were going up, had a little bit of fighting, but we're going up. We got a volume confluence. The 5-minute is going up, but it's not close enough to the zero line yet. This was my mistake, okay? First of all, our 15-minute is going down, so that's a warning. Hey, this might not work out in your upward favor. And the 30-minute has been stalling, but it still has strong upward momentum. Okay, so that's good. That's fine. Strong upward momentum. But this was the problem right here. This 5-minute MACD is too far in the red. I do not trade this normally. I shouldn't have taken this trade. This momentum, this MACD histogram, needed to be close to crossing over or crossing over already. We haven't gotten close yet. So that's why that was a warning. We had a double warning. 15-minute going down, 5-minute not close to the zero line. We're still kind of deep in the red. Double warning. No wonder this trade resulted in a loss. We're okay with that because we learned our lesson. So I entered right here at this yellow line because we had a volume confluence and we're on the right side of the momentum. Look at this sell-off that occurred. Right here at this current time, once I took this trade and once this trade ended up being a loser, I looked at the volume profile on some other software where you can see the volume profile, and I noticed these two nodes of where there was a lot of buying and selling orders, a lot of pending orders essentially. So at this very point, I made a prediction that, hey, this price action is either going to hit this yellow area or it's going to hit this yellow area before the end of the day. Look at how amazing that call out was. Right here, I made the call out. And we were literally in between these two high liquidity zones where there's a lot of orders pending. And look what happened. The price went right down to that area. And I didn't capture that trade. Unfortunately, I did capture the trade in a different way. Next trade of the day was Palantir. I took a trade in Palantir because the market was selling off. So right here around this point, I made a prediction using these lines. That's what these little squiggles mean. I made a prediction with these lines saying, yeah, this is setting up for a downward move. Right about here I made the prediction. This is setting up for a downward move. Why? Because the 30-minute is tapering off. The 15 is in the red, hasn't broken to the upside yet. So it's just our probabilities are saying, yeah, this has probably got a larger selling off move to come. And that's exactly what happened. And we caught it. We captured it. We made money from this. Here's the situation. Right here on this yellow line, we had a volume confluence. Volume bar greater than the previous three. We're on the right side of the momentum. The 5-minute is now aligning to the correct direction. You already know our higher time frames are aligned. This was a big win. Entry at the close of the candle, put my stop loss slightly above up here because it's a tiny candle. That's why I moved my stop loss up a little bit more, almost towards the top of that previous candle. And this, we take, profit target, we take it right here at this first line. That's where we take our profits. And then after that area, we raise our stop up slowly and slowly and slowly, and we sold the rest of this position right here. So that is what we call a wonderful trade. Huge win, beautiful trade. Last trade on the day was in Applied Digital, APLD. Right here, at this yellow line, I noticed the same phenomenon was occurring. It was building momentum to the downside. Look at the 30, look at the 15, check out the 5. Right here at this current point in time, we had a huge selling volume confluence, getting us back on track on the right side of the momentum. I entered right here at the close of the candle, stop loss slightly above. Price came up, didn't quite hit it. It came up, didn't hit the stop loss. The momentum came back to the downside. Hit all of the profit targets. Huge win. Wonderful trade. That was all of my trades for today, and I will see you in the next one. Take care now.